Hello everybody, welcome to another exciting episode. Today I got another fantastic episode for you. In the last Daily Nostalgia show, I got two things after the fact. Didn't get to show them off, but I figured I'd show them off now. I got two mean green fighting machines, and they are not those Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles up there, but they are mean green and they are fighting machines. So without further ado, sit back and let's check it out. Okay, the first mean green fighting machine I have is the original Halo Xbox. Now this is fantastic. My buddy gave me this. I had an original Xbox being worked on. He found another one laying around in a really good shape, and this is the Halo edition of the special edition there, as you can see, for the original Xbox. And what makes this one fantastic is it has a 4 terabyte hard drive in it. Has a memory upgrade, so I can instead of 64, I think it's 128, and soon it'll have a silent fan. And I got the controller here to go with it. So fantastic. I will show off it physically in a second here so you can see it on the big screen, but fantastic. Really love the original Xbox. So I got a little damage on the thumbsticks here, so I may have to see if I can swap those out with better ones. It's not too bad, but I can see that they're got some little dings in them. But fantastic little unit. Really enjoy the original Xbox, especially with a 4 terabyte hard drive, which allows me to put pretty much any game on it and back up my games to it. So fantastic. And the second mean green fighting machine I'm going to show off. Very lucky to get this. And I already had one in a different color, but this is very rare, and that is the Analog Pocket glow-in-the-dark edition. So fantastic. It is just the exact thing, same thing as the original. No difference except for the color of the shell, and it glows in the dark. So, but I will show it off so you can see it. It's been a while since I did a video on the original Analog Pocket, so you can see the interface and what it looks like and how it works and so on. So without further ado, sit back and let's check it out. As you can see, I was going to show off the Xbox, but we're having a little problem. So unfortunately, I will have to do this video again for the Xbox. I'm not sure what's going on. Unfortunately, it looks like a loose wire or something. So, just like anything, sometimes things go wrong. It worked one day and not the next. But at least we know the Analog Pocket works, so we'll show that off. Okay, so I figured I'd show off the dock first. The dock is right here. I got a few assortment of games. Got a Game Gear game with adapter for it. The other adapters are still coming probably in the next month or so for the Atari Lynx, TurboGrafx 16, and one Neo Geo Pocket, I believe. But here is the adapter for the Sega Game Gear. We got a Game Boy Advance game here, Game Boy Color, and 2 Game Boy games. And maybe I'll throw in a couple surprises here and there. But anyways, I figured we'd test it out. And before that, we'll see the glow in the dark. So give me a second. Okay, so there it is, glowing in the dark there. I didn't really charge it too long, like less than 20 seconds. But as you can see, that's what it's going to look like. It's got a little bit different effect than the original Game Boy Pocket glow in the dark. This one's got more of a starry sky feel to it. So that's why. Okay, unfortunately we couldn't get the Xbox working, so it is not a mean green fighting machine right now. It's a little sick, but we do have the Analog Pocket working, and the controller I'm using is the Nintendo Switch Pro controller. So you can push a little button on the back of this, push the top button to sync it on the Pro controller, and you can hook it right up to your Analog Pocket, as you can see, and it moves. So fantastic. Both the stick and the D-pad work. So pretty awesome. So like I said, we'll try these games out here. So without further ado, let's check it out. Okay, unfortunately we couldn't get the Xbox working, so it is not a main green fighting machine right now. It's a little sick, but we do have the analog pocket working, and the controller I'm using is the Nintendo Switch Pro controller. So you can push a little button on the back of this, push the top button to sync it on the Pro controller, and you can hook it right up to your analog pocket, as you can see, and it moves. So fantastic. Both the stick and the D-pad work, so pretty awesome. So like I said, we'll try these games out here. So without further ado, let's check it out. Okay, so as you can see, it does, when you load it up, it gives you a little bit of information before you load the cartridge. So it's a Game Boy Advance game, Nintendo R&D 1, the developer by Nintendo, region Japan. So let's play it. As you can see, there is Metroid, the Japanese Game Boy Advance version. Oops, I hit the wrong button there. I don't remember which one the start button is. I do have a character going. So as you can see, it looks beautiful. Okay, so as you can see, it looks beautiful. I had turned down the volume so it's not really loud blasting. But as you can see, graphics look beautiful on the analog pocket with the dock. Fantastic. This is the way I nowadays capture footage for any of the games that I'm recording that are portable. So analog pocket does a fantastic job of capturing them. So fantastic. And there is Metroid. So the original Metroid from the Nintendo on the Game Boy Advance on the analog pocket. So let's check out another game. Okay, so here's the next game, Tetris, on the original Game Boy from 1989. So fantastic. Let me turn the music down so I don't get copyright stricken. Okay, so here it is. Here is Metroid on the original Game Boy on the analog pocket. So we'll turn all the music down so we don't get copyright stricken. Now, I don't remember, I think you can turn off these grid lines and so on. Check that out. Let's see here. So we can go back to the quick cartridge. Let's check out settings. Pocket, systems, Game Boy, video, sharpness palettes. You can do grayscale, mint, blue. You can change the colors. I like the grayscale. Display modes, original DMG, analog Game Boy. So you can clear it up. Oh, that's right. It's set up to the original Game Boy. You can do the Game Boy, original Game Boy P, whatever that is. The Game Boy Light, and how it display. Pinball Neon Matrix. And my favorite, just the original, or not the original, the analog pocket version. I prefer how it looks on the screen. And we'll see here in a second when I go back into it. It'll look a little bit more crisper. But you can do how you want. You get many choices of how the screen looks. And so on. So pretty awesome. Just play a quick line. Get a big score. That's not really big, but as you can see, there is Tetris on the original Game Boy on the analog pocket. So let's check out the next game. So now let's play this cartridge. So now you see it says Game Gear, Sonic Software Planning is developer, publisher Sega, USA region. So let's play it. Sega. I had to say that. This is the Japanese version. I had the American version. I just grabbed what was on the shelf. Shining in Darkness 2 or Shining Force 2. But as you can see, everything is beautiful on the screen. And I'm not going to really play too far into this one. I should probably grab a different game, so we'll play a different one in a second. I'll grab another one off the shelf. But as you can see, no matter what, English or Japanese, it works fine. So let's check out the next game. I forgot to mention, you can put a custom core on there and it'll give you sideloading options, so you can sideload games on a memory stick. If you don't want to carry the games around with you, you can put them on a memory card, but you can put it in folders of sorts they have set up here. So you have your arcade games right here that are pre-set up through the custom firmware. Someone has already put this together for us. So these are all arcade games, arcade compatible. I'm not sure what that is. Oh, these are different type of arcade games. Computer, they have Mega 500, PDP-1, Space War, Video Brain Computer. I'm not sure what those are. Consoles, Arcadia 2001, the 7800, the VCS 2600, the Channel F, Fairchild, ColecoVision, CreativeVision, Genesis, Intellivision, Master System, Neo Geo, NES, Odyssey 2, PC Engine SG-1000, the SNES, Studio 2, Super Game Boy, and then handhelds are the VentureVision, Arduboy. I never heard of that one. GameMate, Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Color, Game Gear, Game King, Mega Duck, Pokemon Mini, and a Supervision. So you can sideload some cores there and play games that way also if you don't want to use your cartridges. But you have to put a custom firmware in there, and it's very easy. Just put it on the memory stick and load it once and it sets it up for you. So let me get you the surprise game now. Okay, so we have Goemon, Gray Fox. This is from Castlevania up here in the corner. Right there, that is the Dracula. And do not know that character. And if you let me know, that's from Paradius, I believe, but I don't know the character's name. And from Baseball, but I do not know that name either. So I know half the characters on the Konami Racers. But that is the characters. So let's just get on to the gameplay real fast. I'll pick a random character. It is a fun game though. Oh, I just re-picked somebody? I guess I hit the wrong button. I jumped out. So it plays exactly like Mario Kart on the Game Boy Advance, pretty much. Not as well polished, but pretty good. Looks terrible on this screen. On the handheld it would look much better. On the big screen this game does not translate well. If I can tell you now, it looks very, as you're seeing, not very good. Very pixelated. But fun game. And you collect the bells in this one like you do in Twinbee. I believe that's where the bells come from. And each bell gives you a weapon, and I used it and missed. Wasted my bell. Ring my bell, ring my bell. Come on, Goemon. Oh. Final lap, I dropped away to 5th place. Well, that's not good. I'm not having a great game. I forgot the controls. And let's see if I can catch up. At least, no, I'm not going to catch up nothing. Maybe this blue bell will help me. Okay, and that blue bell did give me some turbo and put that back in 4th. 3rd. Okay, I got back to 3rd at least. I was doing terrible, but anyways, that is what Crazy Racers, Konami's Crazy Racers on the Game Boy Advance. Okay, so that is a quick look at the Analog Pocket Glow-in-the-Dark Edition. It is a fantastic unit. Like I said, we were going to check out the Xbox, but that didn't go so well. Every once in a while you run into something, glitches or whatever, and it just happened. We'll check it out another day once I get that fixed. But the Analog Pocket Glow-in-the-Dark is awesome. Definitely lucky that I got one. Anyways, that is it. Take care, everybody. Until the next one.
Retro.